Students, welcome to the next topic. Here we are going to discuss the second low cost treatment method for the rural area, that is aerated lagoons. So in this particular discussion we are going to cover the introduction, principle of aerated lagoons, types of aerated lagoons and design of aerated lagoons. Aerated lagoons are the deeper oxidation ponds where the oxygen is introduced by the mechanical aerator rather than relying on photosynthetic oxygen production by algae alone. So, as per the discussion in the oxidation pond, the oxygen requirement is met or satisfied by the algae alone. During their photosynthesis, they produces the oxygen and that oxygen is taken up by the bacteria for the decomposition. Here in the aerated lagoon, as the name it suggests, that externally the oxygen is provided. So here they are not relying on the photosynthetic oxygen. Externally the oxygen is provided, as the aerated lagoons are the deeper than the oxidation pond, or rather we can say these are the deeper oxidation ponds. So, in contrast to the oxidation pond, where the oxygen required for the stabilizing the organic matter is furnished by the algae, the oxygenation is provided in the aerated lagoon by the mechanical surface aerator installed on the float or raft or fixed platforms. Its intermediate system of treatment of waste between oxidation pond and activated sludge process. Here if you see in the figure, these are the some oxidation aerated lagoons. Here the white color show where the aeration or the oxygen is provided by the mechanical aerator. Principle: in aerated lagoons, oxygen is introduced by the surface aerator. This will help the content of the pond in suspension to maintain the aerobic environment and to prevent settling of the suspended biomass, and they are initially seeded by the same type of microorganism which are used in the biodegradation of ASP. So it is as good as or same as a ASP, where the initial built up to have a initial built up of the microorganism, the initial seeding or the addition of the microorganism is carried out. Initially, the population of microorganism in an aerated lagoon is much lower than that in the ASP because there is no sludge recycle. Therefore, a significantly longer residence time is required to achieve the same effluent quality. Due to the large surface area of lagoon, it can cause more significant temperature effect than the conventional ASP. There are different types of aerated lagoons. First is completely mixed or aerobic aerated lagoons and the partially mixed lagoon or the facultative aerated lagoon. So in completely mixed type of lagoon, greater amount of aeration is required to keep all the solid in the suspension. In partially mixed type lagoons, low amount of aeration is provided, so less aeration is not adequate to keep all the solid in suspension, but they are enough to keep top layer in aerobic condition. In facultative aerated lagoons, the sewage solid tends to settle down and anaerobic bottom is established. So, the facultative aerated lagoons are those in which some solids may leave with the effluent stream and some settle down in the lagoon, since the aeration power input is just enough for oxygenation and not for keeping all the solid in suspension. As the lower part of such lagoons may be anoxic or anaerobic, while the upper layer of aerobic, these are termed as a facultative aerated lagoon. There are different methods by which the lagoons are aerated. First is motor driven submerged or floating jet aerator. Second is motor driven floating surface aerator, motor driven fixed in place surface aerator, and injection of compressed air through the submerged diffuser. Motor driven fixed type aerator. Fixed type aerator are mounted on the structural columns as seen in the figure, and are carefully leveled with the regard to the outlet wear level to ensure the required submergence of aerators blades to give the oxygenation capacity. So we have to give due importance for the submergence of the aerator blades so that the sufficient oxygen will get provided to the aerated lagoons. Whereas the floating type of aerators is mounted on the pontoons, that is a floating platform. They have the advantage of being able to adjust themselves to actual levels. So as the level changes, they go and up. So they in 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 spite of fixing in the position, they matches the level of the water and lagoons due to the fluctuating inflow or the seepage. Then design of aerated lagoons. Aerated lagoon may be designed as a completely mixed biological reactor without recycle. BOD removal. In aerated lagoons, BOD removal is taken as a first order removal function. The analysis of single aerated lagoon can be expressed as S divided by S0 is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus Kx1 in bracket V by Q, bracket close, where S is a effluent in soluble BOD in mg per liter, S0 is influent soluble BOD in mg per liter, X1 is the mass concentration of microorganism in the reactor, or we can say MLSS concentration in mg per liter. K is the specific soluble BOD removal coefficient in liter per mg per day. V is the volume of reactor in liter. Q is the rate of flow of waste in liter per day. This is the flow diagram of the aerated lagoon, where the sewage influent with the Q and S0, that is influent soluble BOD, is provided or discharged into the aerated lagoon, where the X1 and the V stands for the volume of reactor and X1 is the MLSS concentration present in the aerated lagoon. And after leaving the system, the Q will be Q and the same volume will get discharged, and S will be the effluent BOD, which is the BOD of the treated effluent. The value of mass concentration of microorganism in reactor is written as X1 from above equation can be calculated by the following relationship. It is developed from the mass balance for the mass of microorganism X1 across the system in the steady state. So let us calculate the X1 by using this formula Y into S0 minus S bracket close divided by 1 plus V by Q into K suffix D, where Y is the specific yield coefficient, K suffix D is the specific decay coefficient. It is per day. For design purpose, the value of Ky and Kd can be used where temperature rarely falls below the 15 degrees centigrade. The K value will be 0.05 liter per mg per day at 20 degrees centigrade, Y is 0.5 and K suffix D is 0.05 per day. The value of K at other temperature can be calculated as Kt is equal to K20 into theta raised to T minus 20, where theta is temperature coefficient and the value will be 0.060, 0.097 for the cold climate, usually 0.047 is taken, but at the first approximation X1 can be calculated as X1 is equal to Y into S0 minus S1, and the temperature is calculated by for the completely mixed system by the following relationship. Small t divided by H is equal to Ti minus TL divided by F in bracket TL minus Ta bracket close, where Ti is the temperature of influent in lagoon in degree centigrade, Ta is the temperature of ambient air in degree centigrade, small t is the detention time, H is the depth of the lagoon, and F is the heat transfer coefficient, that is 0.49 meter per day. whereas the oxygen requirement can be calculated using the formula weight of oxygen per day is equal to Q into S0 minus S in bracket 1.47 minus 1.42 Y bracket close plus 1.42 Kd x1 V. Another information is required for field transfer rate, that is N, and it is calculated like N is equal to N0 in bracket Cs minus C0 bracket divided by Cw in bracket 1.024 raised to T minus 20 into alpha, where N is kg of oxygen per watt per hour transfer under the field condition, whereas N0 is the kg of O2 per W per hour transferred in the water at 20 degrees centigrade temperature and with 0 DO. Cs is the saturated oxygen concentration for waste at the operating temperature at given elevation, whereas C0 is the operative oxygen concentration. Cw is the concentration of saturated oxygen for the water at 20 degrees centigrade temperature, which is 9.17 mg per liter. T is the temperature of water in the lagoon at 0 degrees centigrade, and alpha is the salinity, that is surface tension correction factor, which varies between 0.8 to 0.85. There are certain advantages and disadvantages associated with the use and the operation of the aerated lagoons. The lagoon system can be cost effective to design and construct in the area where land is inexpensive or the sufficient land is available in that area. Only the aerated lagoon is advisable or recommended. They use less energy than most wastewater treatment methods. They are simple to operate and maintain and generally require only part-time staff. They can handle intermittent use and shock loading better than many systems, making them a good option for the campground, resort and other seasonal properties. They are very effective at removing disease-causing organisms, that is pathogens, from the wastewater. The effluent from the lagoon system can be suitable for the irrigation because of its high nutrient content and low pathogen. Whereas the disadvantages are lagoon system require more land than other treatment method. They are less efficient in cold climate and may require additional land or longer detention time in these areas. Odor can become a nuisance during the algal blooms, spring thaw in cold climates, or with anaerobic lagoons and lagoons that are inadequately maintained. Unless they are properly maintained, lagoons can provide a breeding area for mosquitoes and other insects. They are not very effective at removing heavy metals from the wastewater. So, in this particular discussion, we studied the principle of aerated lagoons, types of aerated lagoon, design of aerated lagoons and the different methods of aeration. The numerical based on the design of the aerated lagoons are available in the PDF 4.4. Download and watching. Happy learning.